Hey guys, my name is Ejan and I'm the author of the book Cosplay in America. For those of you guys who aren't familiar with the term, it's basically costume play, and it's the act of dressing up as your favorite characters, wherever it's from video games, comic books, anime, movies. I mean, you can even cosplay from a TV commercial like Flo, the Progressive Insurance Girl. Now, cosplay is as simple or as complicated as you want it to be. For some people, they get their outfits by purchasing online. For others, they hire commissioners, and for other people, they do it themselves. Now, when I first went to my first convention in 2008, I was blown away by the people I met. And in 2009, I spent 6 months traveling around the country to various anime conventions, photographing thousands of people, and basically self-producing, self-financing my own cosplay book. The book actually did pretty well. It was pretty well received, and I think the reason is because I didn't exactly make a book about who the best cosplayer was or who the most attractive one was. I kind of made a book that showcased what I saw at conventions, which is you saw a lot of people in different shapes, different sizes, different race, different everything, and they're all cosplaying for the love of fandom. And to me, that was really awesome. I've met so many wonderful people who share their passion of cosplay with me that I thought it was time for me to go back out and make a second book. This time, in addition to anime convention, I'm also attending comic book conventions as well as Dragon Con. Now, the process of cosplay doesn't get covered very often. Most times when we think about cosplay, we see the final costume. We don't see the work that goes into making a costume. The long hours, the weeks, the months that it takes to put together the costume, to craft the props. This next book will be a collection of behind-the-scenes photographs as well as portraits. I'm already 6 months into shooting the project and I need your help to finish the book. I plan to travel to 12 more cities around the country, spending up to a week in each to photograph and talk to cosplayers until May 2014. I'll spend the summer editing the book together and have it printed in Shanghai in the fall. The book will arrive by freighter around November, and copies of the book will be sent to Kickstarter supporters just in time for Christmas. The book goes on sale to the public in spring 2015. $35,000, big chunk of change. Here's where the money goes. In 2009, I spent $18,000 on 3 credit cards to get my book printed in Shanghai and shipped back to the United States. I did look at print on demand, but honestly, those are only good for limited quantities and not if you want to print thousands and thousands of copies. Today, my first book is out of print and people are still asking me for it, so what I'm going to do is budget $20,000 for printing a book. Next one is the cost of traveling to 12 cities and spending 1 week in each city to photograph cosplayers. And I'm budgeting $10,000. So $10,000 divided by 12 is $833.33 and a bunch of other threes. That's going to cover the cost of flight, car rental, gas, food, lodging. Look, I'm going to try to keep my costs as low as possible. So I will crash on people's couches. I will eat Subway sandwiches. The last $5,000 goes to paying off the Kickstarter fees as well as the rewards fulfillment. So I have a wide range of rewards, from postcards to t-shirts to posters to your name in the book, as well as copies, signed copies of the book sent to you before it even hits the streets. I also have copies of my first book signed by Yaya Han, Jesse Nigiri, Vampy, as well as other cosplayers. And my top reward is, well, I basically fly you out to Anime Expo 2015, put you in a hotel, give you a 4-day badge, have dinner with you, and you get a chance to spend a day with me at my table and see what shenanigans happens. And oh yes, there will be shenanigans. When I made my first book in 2009, it was to show people what was going on at conventions around the country. We're now in 2013, and I think people know about cosplay at conventions. But what they don't know about is all that goes into the preparation into making those costumes and props. That's what the second book's about. So please, join me on my journey. Find out more at cosplayamerica.com. And if you are a cosplayer and you don't mind me taking pictures of you while you work, feel free to contact me. My information is in the Kickstarter description below. For the rest of you guys, thank you so much for listening to me, and I will see you guys out at conventions. I'll be at Anime Expo, Dragon Con, San Diego Comic Con, New York Comic Con, Otakon, as well as other conventions around the country for the rest of the year. Okay? Cool beans. Thank you.